here for the forward combination, it seems like as the goalie for Calamities is going to be Mako. And that is going to be Natty piloting the Mako. So keep in mind that this guy knows he is so hard to score on this character. So they have a strong composition on both sides here, but we're going to see more of the Finny, see how it's actually being performed. Is it just a, not a fad pick, you know what I mean? But does the strength behind the pick, is it that strong that we could just like pick it every single game and we'll see a strong outcome from it?
Yeah, like you said, Finny, the rise of Finny is real. I think that she used to be kind of a lot more picked in kill comps on certain maps, places like Tycho, Dio, and Deus for sure. But now that Momentum Boots has kind of been discovered on Finny, she feels like a really strong pick on more than just those suffocating maps, especially with her low cooldowns just kind of remaining intact throughout these patches here. So she's going to be kind of pick ban, like you said, too. She's going to be showing up a lot here on these maps. Even Gates, when the barriers are down, it's kind of open like Aten, so she does have kind of free reign on the map. But yapping away once more, we got Bozo Bunch putting it on in there past Natty with some great teamwork from I and Dropletto. Just have been static partners basically for a while now. Obscure Bread's kind of slightly new to the team, but really not new to the game. So taking the first point there, Bozo Bunch.
Yeah, and you can see the way Breads is moving on this character, the movement speed stacking from the momentum boots, plus the most recent patch. Oh my god, both barriers just dropping so quick. But let's see if Tony can finish this up real quick. It isn't able to finish that point. But the point that I was making is that the 5 movement speed that Finny got on the most recent patch, you might think it's like 5 movement speed is not that big of a deal, but when you have all the scaling and additive movement speed bonuses, ooh, what a great primary, the misdirection there to catch it on the goal line. When you have all these movement speed bonuses that stack on top of each other, the 5 movement speed does make a difference, and you can see how much area Breads is able to cover on this character.
Yeah, for sure. The movement speed does a lot, especially when it comes to walking in front of the opposing brawler, making it so you have to strike war a lot less of the time here. And you got to flip from Obscure Bread to try to save it. I just fast enough to get it there. Now also has a lot of base movement speed as well. Gonna try to defend this one off here in this 2v3. Kotone looking quite low right now. Get the blade in there to take them out there. The Oni's blade, of course, to make this another power play here for the side of Bozo Bunch, though. Can they land this one in here as Forgot? He's going to be the kind of lone soul defender in the middle field here, but the ensnaring drum is not going to catch the ball. Natty, fortunately, going to let that one go past here. Dropletto with a good angle, though. Bozo Bunch already poised to take the first set here, and that'd be big for this team that really has to win this one.
Yeah, and a great, I definitely want to recognize Ai's play there. Great use of the portal to get a pretty hard pass over to Dropletto, who was able to then finish it up there. Starting off strong, like we already lose a barrier here on Bozo's side, but the HP or the stagger traded back is quite significant. And with Ai piloting the Now, who has a little bit of sustain between the ultimate and that secondary, we're going to see a little bit of attrition come through as well. Some of those KOs did matter in the previous point. And just, watch out for something that doesn't necessarily look like a KO comp. Will surprise you with how much damage it can output.
For sure, and you'll just see that happen all the time. Kills will just be exchanged throughout these teams. Like, Now is not a super damage character as she was a long time ago, kind of the king, or the queen of damage, but now a little bit toned down here. Dropletto almost going to be dropping off the map here as they're going to get him into stagger. I going to try to get in front of them to defend. Does actually do that. Tries to get the flick here of Dropletto. Doesn't seem to make it into the top side, though. Catches it here with the big finish, but kind of gets knocked out there. Kotone on board here, but we actually have Obscure Breads with a really great reaction, and Dropletto finishes it off with some outstanding teamwork passing. And man, they're going to take that well-deserved first set.
What a phenomenal play. Breads being able to catch it at the edge of his energy burst, catching the core and sending it straight to Dropletto, who's the reaction time on that to use the rush rebounded off the bottom corner and then still managing to find the open spot on the bottom of the net. But going into this this draft here, we have Catalyst picked up first for Zentaro, an absolutely massive pickup here. Is going to be launching out those energy bursts, those core flips non-stop. Everything else seems pretty standard here. Nothing too significant picked up, I would say. What do you think?
I just want to mention Siege Machine right there was a starting perk. Nobody took it. Rapid One has Rapid Fire, so now another random perk is now they finally noticed it happening in real time.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's only how does it work? I don't remember the exact amount. Is it 42 awakenings?
I thought it was 34.
34? Okay, because I can't do math. I'm an engineer major.
It's cool. 8 times 4 plus 2, I think, is all it is. But either way, yeah, one random perk is now gone. So if someone needs a dash perk and there's only 2 around, well, that'll be the reason being there. As we're going to have Kotone take a whole lot of extra damage here. Ball onto the top side, into the portal. No one's kind of ready for it, though, but they're kind of setting their sights onto Kotone. As there's going to come the kill target here. Obscure Breads, no problem knocking that one away. Kotone did almost have it with the Death's Touch. Big finish entrance, but Kotone gets it on out and gets the barrier still with just about no health. A help from Natty, almost enough to put that one in there. Kotone hanging on with a breath of life, but actually forgot in control of that pass there, and it's going to be... Cosmic Calamities grabbing their first point here. Really important to get points on the board, for real.
Yeah, and that's half of the stacks on stacks. The pancakes are halfway filled up here. And as a midfielder myself, there's something absolutely... speed is absolute, I'll say. So getting that stacked up as much as possible, and I think Dropletto recognized that, seeing the elusive gone out of Forgot, trying to eliminate him so low, has to play his life here. Doing a good job of just playing a little bit of League of Legends Living. Not able to finish it off with the now primary, but we are getting a lot of pressure going on, and there it is. Getting the primary on Zentaro, sending him off the map, stacks reset, and now they have this power play 3v2, trying to make some portal action happen.
Yep, and it almost does happen there, but Natty's going to have to use that flip to defend. Obscure Breads does save their own barrier there with the knock off the bottom side here. In position to help Dropletto once again, and yeah, getting that ball right to the brawler, putting Natty in a really tough spot. And Dropletto in the right position at the right time, basically every time. You can see the levels here. Dropletto kind of getting the ball, hitting the ball, getting the barriers, getting those goals. 2 levels above everyone right now.
Yeah, and the fact that he doesn't need to earn elusive as much, or I should say has more access to energy than everyone else. He has more free use of the elusive, manages to stay alive, healthy, and at the same time uses these energy bursts to, like, just look at... He used energy burst 3 seconds ago. And it's almost back up.
Yeah, Catalyst is kind of disgusting.
So that is the power of Catalyst here. But Kotone, up in the top side with Rasmus, able to just keep it locked in by himself. And then following that up, Calamities picking up a kill as Muncher, oh, I know that feeling all too well, tries to reach, tries to stick his hand out as much as possible to reach that core flip, reach the core, isn't able to get it. But everyone in Bozo is back up now. And let's see if Breads can hold it down long enough to initiate a counterattack.
Yeah, see if he can hold on to his life as well. Oh, it's actually going to kind of walk right on in there through the portal. We had Forgot with a nice glitch pop, it looks like, just strong enough to get it right on through. Obscure Breads was looking really low there. You know that Kotone was definitely looking for a Death's Touch to get the kill, but none needed. We'll hold on to some of those cooldowns as we start off this next point here. See that Forgot trying to be a little more aggressive there with the Cyber Swipe. Does end up netting them a barrier, so good play by them here. The big finish going to make things a little bit awkward for the red team here. The entire team is going to be losing both barriers, unfortunately. Cosmic Calamities, he's going to try to get this last barrier here off Bozo Bunch. They're going to get the flip here from Kotone to the top side. Obscure Breads completely in jail. Doesn't seem to be able to do too much with that Ensnare Drum. I don't know how now he got it over there. I guess the missile prop really working out, though. Saving this just for another moment, and it's going to be just kind of an open barrier here. Flip really good onto the top side, but doesn't seem to find his mark.
Yeah, isn't able to get it, but... Ooh, a good glitch pop. Redirects it over towards Kotone. Perfect distance on the pendulum swing. Able to finish off this round, and looking quite different from that first round.
Yeah, Cosmic Calamities is now awake. They finally got their set here. We got Forgot with their choice of awakenings here. A lot of good stuff. Heavy impact, orbs, maybe even team player if they want to get a little schnice and a little mix up here. No, I'm going for the prime time. Maybe
prime time.
It's
to
an
pair with that
interesting
rapid
pick,
fire.
honestly. Yeah, that's fair. Rapid fire prime time is definitely the one combo I would say is kind of dummy good, and see Zentaro grabbing heavy impact really strong for them. I mean, everyone's kind of getting some really great stuff here. Ponder for the goalie, Big Fish for the Rasmus, team player for the midfielder here can make for a lot of interesting plays, and I think Natty kind of gets a little bit of the short end of the stick there with Remedy, but yeah, it's all right, maybe later.
6th pick isn't really able to get something too impactful, but it does help out if there are more stagger trainings later down the line, get something like a peak performance or a reverberation, so it has some extra scaling in that aspect. Aside from that, one of the big pickups here is actually going to be Breads with the Ponder. It's something that Finny goalie makes extreme use of, but if the points go that quick and you don't have time to pick up those orbs, it's not going to do much.
Yeah. it's going to be a rough spot here. It did get a little buff, though. It's up to 17.5 from 15%, which is... Some people might question that logic, but either way, only 1 orb per round is going to be a little rough here for Breads if they cannot survive long enough. It seems that the aggression here from Cosmic Calamities is really working out in their favor right now. As we're going to have ball onto the top side. All blue players are just up there, but a little bit overcommitment there allows Kotone to grab the final barrier up to Forgot through the portal, but down once again into the hands of Dropletto, and he's going to grab both barriers, use the Oni Blade, deal a whole ton of damage to Natty. In fact, going to look for a kill, a little bit of Oki action, as Kotone is going to have complete control of this spot. Up to Forgot, almost makes it happen. Obscure Breads with their own flip onto the bottom side, into the portal, into the big finish, down to I, into the Dorito, and it's not much more than that.
It was looking really good there for a second. I thought Dropletto was going to have the scoring position over to score, but unable to finish off on that point. Muncher, or I, walking up there, has Energy Burst available, but will not get the opportunity to use it, as Kotone making a nice play using the Whiplash reset onto that top corner as he gets it into the small pocket where Rez was just unable to react fast enough. And I mean, that was just a great placement in general here, but we have 2 Energy Bursts available on the side of Bozo Bunch. Both of them used, both barriers dropped. And now a very quick 10-second, both barriers are gone into a scoring opportunity, but unable to do anything yet. Oh, but a great save from Breads. Let's see if they're able to finish it off in this attack.
Yeah, that combo almost worked perfectly on Breads, but the defense was just a little bit too active for that moment. Up to the portal now. Obscure Breads has control here, and we saw a couple of times there Kotone kind of stuffed it right into Obscure Breads. Finny's not really great at close quarters defense most of the time. But it's going to be a nice flip here from Natty. Into the big finish, though. It's going to stuff them right back, and Dropletto will actually be relentless into this offensive position there and actually get it on in with the slice and dice. Just want to mention that Kotone's awakenings are just so practical. Like, Chrono Boost giving you the speed, the Big Fish giving you the size, and like more cooldown. It just feels like every move that Kotone has is buffed right now.
Yeah, he's just a bigger, faster character of his starting, I guess, like... the starting stats or abilities. And it is one of those things where Rasmus feels so good with this extra movement speed, the chrono boost to extend the whiplash duration. The size makes the pendulum swing an insane amount better. Yeah. And then on top of that, also getting a little bit of stagger from the big fish means that if you pick up something like Peak Performance or Reverb, you get some extra damage and movement speed on there. And of course, having 33% more pendulum swings can never go wrong.
Absolutely, especially with Big Fish. Like, you're just like magnifying your own awakenings here because this combo is just so well, you know, like the 1 + 1 = 3 situation here. And we're gonna have a really great kill from Dropletto, dude. You know, having size, not always the best situation. You could die off the side a little bit more often to make it easier there, but this power play might result in a goal, and yeah, it is actually not gonna send the flip.
Yeah, no flip used. A very greedy play, if I do say so. But working out in the favor of Bozo Bunch, and because of that flip not being used, he has it here to try to break the barriers. And almost every time Dropletto uses a flip near the barriers, either 1 or 2 are dropping. So a very greedy decision, but a choice that he made for this exact point. So let's see if, I guess first it starts off with getting the core to him.
True. You know, if he did spend that flip before, he had ult, he had slice and dice up, he actually had everything up, he probably would have been at like 45 to 50% energy, even if he did spend the flip. So that Catalyst is really kind of putting in overtime right now. As you can see, his bar just going up endlessly. Natty trying as hard as they can, squeezing into this corner to save it. They do end up saving it though, but I into position to grab the barrier, making these really awkward Killmonk. I mean, man, I knew this would happen. Forgot. Actually gets the flip. Gonna get it out of there. Natty on out over to Killmonk once again, but the Oni's Blade for interruption up into the portal. Actually gonna do a little mix up there, not going into the portal. Still holding on to this one little barrier. Obscure Breads is now gonna have to fight Kotone in just a moment. Once the cooldowns come up there, actually now we're completely out of cooldowns, and it's gonna be a little bit of reprieve here for Breads.
Yeah, gets a second here. Oh, great energy burst. Able to hold the core there as Kotone goes for the pendulum swing. Isn't able to connect thanks to that that second of invulnerability here. But Natty doing a good job just with the strike shot, keeping the core forward, and you can see the amount of pressure that Bozo Bunch is under. They can't even make it past the midfield line, as every single time they try to get close, it's a strike shot coming out or a good redirect from a glitch pop. Finally, for the first time in what seemed like 30 or 40 seconds, they were able to get the core forward, broke the barrier, but once again have to repeat this process just to get a shot on net.
Yeah, and another tough situation where Katone's got not only, this Chrono Boost to add a little bit of speed, but now we have Mako also helping with some more speed, and it's like Finny's gonna be able to defend that. Rasmus is really good at just stuffing it onto Finny. It's just a tough spot here, though, and another bunch of powerful awakenings coming out here. Hotshot, 1-2 punch. Take your pick here. If you're Forgot or Katone here, what are you looking for? I guess Orb Dancer is totally fair. Steals the orb from Obscure Breads too.
Yeah, gets the orbs away, and now peak performance being picked up here by Breads instead, denying that in general. While I guess it's a deny, but it's completely fine. I also think a consideration for Deadeye here could be worth it, as we know that Amy is going to have to take that Monu to take it away from I, and that would have also left peak performance there in the hands of I, which I think would have been a little bit better.
That is indeed possible. But nonetheless, those awakenings will be taken here. We're going to try to push onto this top side. No barriers taken just yet. Kotone trying to get themselves on in there. Position to get the barrier. Natty missing a little strike shot there. And it's actually going to allow both of the Bozo Bunch to collapse there. But still saving the ball. Once again, I finally positioned right in front of the barrier to grab one of those barriers here. Kotone's size trying to help out here with those slick kicks. Giving them enough speed to just keep themselves in the fray right here. Natty helping out once again with the strike shot onto this top side. Trying to make it so that it doesn't go into the portal. We see Forgot also eyeing onto this portal just in case. But we still have Kotone kind of soloing here, 1v3. Forgot just here for a little bit of moral support into that portal, though. But Natty kind of holding on to this barrier themselves, and we're going to see if Forgot get taken out here.
Unable to finish it off just yet. Dropletto forced to use the energy burst to live. A great heal by I actually don't know if that touched Dropletto or not, but able to heal back up with the mine. And now we're facing a similar problem as the last point, where a lot of the possession is on belongs to Calamities, but I would say the core tends to spend most of its time on Bozo's side, from what it seems, giving Killmonk and Katone, or Forgot Katone, more and more opportunities to shoot. We can see the amount of pressure that Breads is under constantly, as every single point he is fighting for his life to clear it out. And while Dropletto and I do a great job of breaking the barrier when it is on the other side, the core doesn't seem to get on that side quite often.
Yeah, it's true. Unfortunately for them, though, they did grab both barriers at the cost of Dropletto's life, though. See if Obscure Breads and I can finally defend this one out here, doing a little bit of stalling there. All right, Forgot helping them stall just a little bit. In fact, even more stall. They're actually doing a great job here of making it so this power play is completely vanquished. We got Dropletto coming on back here. I right into position once again.
Oh, great primary.
Yeah, it's just like once they get into that position there, they basically score every single time. Natty has basically been able to unable to defend when I and Dropletto are in position there. So Bozo Bunch trying to claw this one back. They need another set.
And Dropletto once again doing a good job. Oh, I thought they got both barriers there for a second. Either way, one barrier is fine as it comes back up from the bottom portal, sending it right back down for the third time. But just I guess a misuse of strikes there, or mistiming, causes both barriers of Bozos to fall. And now we are once again in a position where what seems like a constant pattern of Cosmic Calamities on the aggression, as rare for Dropletto and I not to get the barrier on their attack there. It's so weird. They get the barrier, they can get the goals, it's just the core is not where it needs to be all the time.
Yeah, I think partially the size and control of the core that Cosmic Calamities has, and including Natty giving them the drum and bass, is just allowing them to back up just a little bit and get the ball where it needs to go for their side. But they do actually end up with a power play here for Bozo Bunch. Snare Drum going to stall just a little bit longer here. Forgot the only defender into the midfield, but man, Natty doing a nice job of solo defending. Got their own flip, going to stall that one out completely. It's like 2.5 seconds or something like that. It's going to be another nice redirect there. Red ball. Katone got that portal coverage. Dropletto right in center field. Yeah, again, with the flip. Didn't need it, but in case, they have it all for the next point.
I will say, and I don't mean to call out I here, but I believe that is the 5th or 6th time that he has used Energy Burst and not hit the core. Just almost out of reach every single time. A little bit unfortunate there indeed, but Dropletto, we see, is able to successfully get both barriers with his Energy Burst here. And ooh, manages to live as Natty uses the enhanced strike, unable to finish him off there, but a good death touch pulls him off to the side. Kitten passing it through the portal, back up. Killmonk, energy burst coming out, breaks the final barrier, and now we're in defense mode for 5 more seconds until Dropletto can come back.
Yep, defense mode is certainly activated, but man, that glitch pop timing was actually so rough for Breads. They would have had to probably been in position a little bit like faster than that. They couldn't evade. If they wanted to get that ball, they actually could not evade. They couldn't spend the time to wait there, but they did a pre-evade either way, which is, you know, not really the wrong play, but in that position, it was just so hard to see exactly what was happening. So honestly, Forgot with just really great timing will actually end up securing that goal here. And they're looking, Cosmic Calamities is looking here at their match point for this first game. And man, Bozo Bunch, what are you going to do right now? Taking the first barrier is definitely a good start here. Losing it to Glitch Pop is certainly not. Dropletto getting into position, but Natty is kind of an iron wall for most of this game until a big spot here. The Ensnare Drum helps a lot, but I has Flip, and they're going to have to use this one to land it. And it...
Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, there we go. Almost gets the angle there on the bottom. Just barely misses it as he, as I runs away. Thank goodness for the ultimate ability there. Able to heal back up and teleport eject button over to Dropletto here. And the onslaught from Bozo Bunch is this time, as the tables turn, it is Bozo who are relentlessly attacking and manage to get this set. One key thing to note is that quick strikes will be available unless that was the one that was deleted. Yes.
Oh, so I wish it was. Then we'd figure it out perfectly, but...
So quick strikes in perfect form in rotation here. It's going to be tough to deny both. So I'm not sure what Bread's going to take. Ops in for the quick strike, which means perfect form is going to be denied over by Natty. We have quite a bit of options. Ad rush for the... I mean, Dropletto has been getting KOs, right? We're going to see the ad rush proc, and then on top of that, the thing that people don't really remember, 1 second off your abilities is a big deal when you have low cooldowns. When your primary is only a couple seconds, especially with rapid fire, having another 1 second flat off of that is a massive, it's almost like another rapid fire. And getting another massive boost of CDR onto it. So it is a really strong build that Dropletto has.
Yeah, I think it's like a completely acceptable pick here, especially now they are even more incentivized to go for kills. Getting that cooldown reduction is going to be huge as well if they do manage to spend a couple of cooldowns on the kills, and exactly they do. 10 seconds off of your... Actually, is it still 10 seconds here? Yeah, 10 seconds off your cooldown is going to be good enough to get that one in there. The flip plus this this catalyst makes it Dropletto has flip before anybody else. We can already see it. No one has flip yet except for Dropletto, who has this catalyst and explosive entrance ended up falling, and heavy impact. I mean, are we seeing this Zentaro build? Good lord, man.
Very weak Zentaro build. But one thing I want to also bring up, and we mentioned this earlier on, is that Finny does not have the same defensive capabilities when being stuffed on with all that pressure, and the quick strikes is definitely going to help that out quite a bit there. In your own goalie net, just being able to strike your fears away with the enhanced 20% discount on your strike cooldown, and then also building up your own energy burst faster is helping out. And we can already see the possession of the core is looking way different than it was in the first few sets.
Yeah, definitely getting a little bit more energy here with the quick strike. Is going to give her basically 2 strikes, like you're saying here. Actually, just almost another ability in general to just have. But yeah, this double power play here is going to actually not result in too much more there. Dropletto in a really good position on the top side here. Again in great position center field to make sure they have a full coverage here. The drone also blocking mid side. So man, another really good bunch of positioning here from and Dropletto is going to net them the chance at having their match point now.
And yeah, what was looking just to be match point for Calamities, not too honestly, just like a minute ago, is very quickly reversed as 2-0 lead in this set. Bozo Bunch are trying to break the barriers, are able to get one, get the second one too, and it is a completely different team from when they were just defending over and over again, and now finally have nothing but offense going on.
Yeah, but Kitten in a perfect position. Yeah, as you say that, we cursed that one. Kitten in perfect position to grab both of those barriers here and try to make this game alive. Dropletto spinning the flip, not getting it, losing almost all of their health, losing their life, and as well, too. Forgot survives by just about nothing here. It's all in the hands of right now.
Oh my
God.
goodness.
That drone dribble was exactly what I needed to outplay Natty and Forgot in just that moment there, and actually ending the set by themselves. Oh,
Bozo
goodness.
Bunch, taking it into his own hands. He probably heard me through the monitor as I called him out there earlier.
Yeah.
Getting the energy burst, using it, keeping the core in the corner, and then managing to just dribble his fears away, breaking ankles, securing that point. And now we go on to a game 2, which will be Calamities. No, it is going to be Bozo's map, and that is that Night Market? I can't tell.
I think it's Night Market.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking here with my little eye.
Yeah, I need my magnifying glass.
Yeah, all right.
It's 2 words, so it's Night Market, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Look at this damage, by the way. I know we're looking at some replays right now, but I just want to say, man, Drop Little with 50,000 damage. The next closest 29,000, dude. That was like an insane amount of damage Drop Little was putting on there.
Doubling the damage of the next highest person there. And we saw it was the constant catalyst into burst. Like, he had incentive to constantly deal damage to keep building up energy burst there.
Yeah, his build was dummy. That was like heavy impact, catalyst, and explosive engines.
So, yes.
In addition to adrenaline rush is just like, yeah,
and then
we
rapid
can
fire
kill.
started off with, yeah.
Yeah, rapid fire. I mean, we can just simply kill. We should kill, and now we're gonna kill. Even though they only got like 6 kills, those were pretty well timed. Having people staggered is also quite good. Kind of knocks them out of the game. So, well played for Bozo Bunch there.
Yeah. So as the teams figure out what they want to pick up here, in game number 2, let's take a look at some of the comps that have been played. So Natty piloting this Mako very, very well. Wasn't able to secure it out towards the end, but still, we saw how well he was able to hold that defense down with the strike shot Mako, constantly applying pressure from there, and then the drum and bass as well, giving the speed and size to Kotone, who constantly was barraging them with pendulum swings and such. So this seems to be a style that they like. Natty more on a lockdown goalie, who isn't to say has some phenomenal other characters. Was once considered a Mako and Asher one trick. Those are still I would say his best characters, but has a pretty big or I want to say a pretty big pool, but has a bigger pool than what that statement suggests. So I'm still looking at a Mako or Asher pickup if it's open and if the awakenings work well. Other than that, pretty standard play here. I really like Eye on the Muncher. Let me repeat that. I really like
Same.
I really like Eye on the Now, and I think that is also a key deny possibly to take away, because if you take away, for example, X from Dropletto, he has the Zatar that we just saw, plays really well, has the Juliet as a backup as well, and can also play things like Rasmus Kazan. Brez being on this Finny was a really strong player in general. We can see the 100 saves, the redirects, highest of anyone in the game. Also, plenty of shots. So it is something that it's hard to. What do you target if you're Calamities and you want to try to just like weaken the core of Bozo Bunch a little bit?
Yeah, no, that is fair assumption here. I also secret, I does have an Octavia. You think we're gonna be seeing Octavia at all, dude? What do we got? Quick strikes? I mean, could it happen? Actually, it's not gonna happen. I think we already got some of Bozo Bunch's picks here. Once again with the Rasmus. So actually, well, I guess for the other team here, they're stealing the comp. Bozo Bunch is stealing Cosmic Calamity's comp here by taking Aimi and Rasmus from Kotone and Forgot right now, but that does indeed leave Natty on the Asher, like you mentioned before, most likely. Although that would leave Finny midfield, so yeah, I'm not entirely sure what Calamity is looking at right now.
I was talking to some of the resident Finny enjoyers earlier, and I was talking to Vaughn and Kainoob actually, asking them what their thoughts were on Finny in the goalie position versus midfield. And for them, the power of Finny in the goalie position is much higher because of access to momentum boots, because you don't have to worry about using your abilities in a way to progress the core forward. In such, you can use your abilities to deal damage, to lock off sections, if you need to use it to defend. So I think Finny in the midfield is a little bit weaker than its counterpart in the goalie position. But we'll see. Doesn't mean it is a bad pick at all. And taking a look at Bozo's team, like you said, we have the Rasmus and the Aimi here swapped away or swooped off Calamities And let's see if they can pilot it better or not.
Yeah, it is possible. I mean, I did really like the comp that Cosmic Calamities had last game. I mean, they had all the size, the speed for Rasmus, a lot of core control there, and map control from Aimi. And now instead of having Mako, they have Dubu, which was not going to provide as much support like directly, but we'll see if we can get Dubu on in there. Dubu does have some sort of forward presence there with some good fortress placement and some good log placements. They can just kind of sit around there. So it will be a little bit less pressure there that they'll be able to provide on to Cosmic Calamity's goalie here onto Natty.
It could also just be
Yeah,
high midfield, Natty on the Finny, and then Asher forward. So something to consider.
I
That
would
is a
rather see
possible.
that.
That is a composition that they can run. I'm not sure how much experience Natty has on the Finny, but seeing that this is the pick of the week or the pick of the month,
Mm.
maybe they've been scrimming it and have it under their belt, and it's something that they are comfortable bringing out here.
They should. They should be scrimming it. I think Finny is not like broken, but it's like I don't know.
Very
She just
strong
kind of
pick.
pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's strong. She kind of pops up out of nowhere, and she's like boom, already in like a bunch of top tier picks, like already like an A tier for like every situation. So it's cool to
Yeah.
see her have her spot in the limelight. Unfortunately, in like a way where she's like really good at killing, kind of like being brought out of that mold into like, oh, okay, so low cooldowns allows for core control, but also can kill in a weird way. So I'd like her. I'd like to see her on a lot of different maps here, and of course with quick strike and peak performance, she's probably. I mean, either if they don't go for all quick strikes here, you do get even more speed here from the peak performance. So we'll see. It's definitely going to be a preference thing if they want to get more speed or if they want to have quick strikes. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'll see. We'll just
Okay,
see.
so it does look like it will be Natty on the Finny here, and then Tony Katone piloting the Asher forward.
Okay, fair.
All characters locked in. Let's see what they take. I assume it's going to be all 6 quick strikes. It is really hard when in a quick strike match, when one person doesn't have it, you feel really far behind. Not only in energy creation or energy economy, but at the same time, just having that rhythm of striking and being able to strike past opponents and not changes quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure. It's tough when the forwards have quick strike. You as the goalie doesn't as well. I could see maybe the goalie's going for a little bit of peak performance, but we are going to get 6 quick strikes. That means peak performance probably doomed to oblivion right now. We'll see if we could somehow finally catch the one awakening that does get sent into orbit here. But we do have one little barrier down here for Cosmic Calamities. Bozo Bunch fighting it back here as they're going to keep both theirs. Drop Little on the offensive here. Natty going to strike it once away. Obscure Bird's flying on in there with the somersault. Doesn't seem to make it happen just yet, though, as we got forgot into position. The Tofu Fortress doesn't seem to do them too many favors as they're going to lose both barriers in that exchange. And now we have a lot of control here for Cosmic Calamities.
Yeah, able to break both barriers really quick. And on top of that, I really like the play that Forgot had when the Tofu Fortress came out. Able to dribble it past it, using that quick strikes to reposition the core, get it around. And then it caught Breads off guard entirely as they were not in position to react to it, allowing both barriers to drop really quickly. And we can see the energy burst available, and that is Katone doing Asher things right there in the corner, using using the primary there to just get the KO, secure the point on top of Breads.
Yeah, that's definitely one of Asher's best main properties. There is going to be getting on in there and smashing that primary, but we're going to have a kill to the side of Bozo Bunch there. A little bit of a power play action. The big finish doesn't seem to make it happen, but they do lose both of their barriers here. Still a solid position for Cosmic Calamities. Going to use their flip to stall just a little bit. Kotone finally makes it on back here. After a little bit of time, Obscure Breads got to make it on down. Not going to lose that one just yet. I is now going to defend from the top side. Drop Little approaching with this flip. Wished they could get that double there, but lost control for just a moment. Now Obscure Breads is probably fine here.
No.
Isn't fine here.
Is no longer fine. The angle at which I was going, I believe
think he would get it.
would have, it would have bounced. It was heading towards the goal, but I think there would have been enough time for Breads to reach it. So a bit unfortunate. I definitely understand I trying to reach as much as they can to help save the point, but unfortunate situation. We go right into the next point. One barrier being dropped. Second one almost looked like it's going to fall as well. Isn't able to follow as Katone coming back from the afterlife. It seems like is spending a lot of time there in this game. But a good point. Oh my goodness. Someone's falling every single time, and this time Dropletto taking out Froggy. Forgot, no longer to be seen as they try to make this power play. Calamities, or sorry, Bozo Bunch pushing onto Calamities, successfully getting their first point of this game.
Yeah, really great Cyber Swipe redirect there from and I really like that Obscure Breads is kind of getting so freaking far in there, making it so that Skating Dubu is a real thing right now, even though his movement speed was kind of dangerously nerfed in the patch where everyone got a little bit more personality, quote-unquote, X30 strength now. But yeah, big finish onto the barrier here. They're going to get it out with that flip, but unfortunately we're going to be sent into orbit here as is the one to go down. Dropletto taking the brunt of the pain now as we're going to try to defend this barrier one more time. Kotone spending their flip to grab that last barrier, looking a little bit low, but not really under threat as this power play does eventually end. And Natty also kind of getting on in there. Finny does have that super speed, so can kind of be all over the map with a lot of control with these moves. Kotone still a little bit low there. The flip from Natty is not going to result in all that much there. Kind of gets logged. Kotone holding the control for just a moment, spends Asher things to happen, but doesn't seem to work out, and looking at just about nothing, and now we have a power play here for Bozo Bunch.
And Bozo Bunch have just been eliminating members of Calamities constantly. It seems like someone is always off the screen here, but it is still Calamities that have a barrier left to defend, as Kotone will welcome back to the game once again. Killmonk, Forgot, looking really low, has the energy burst available. You know that he wants to walk up into a position where he can use it to at least make an attempt on net, but forced to use it early. Kotone unable to get that point there, tries to finish it off with the barrier beam, isn't able to get it fast enough, but a great cyber swipe energy burst combo from gets it over to the barrier, breaks it, Dropletto following it up, and now tied 2-2.
Yeah, that was just some good gameplay here, and like you're saying, Bozo Bunch kind of securing a lot of kills here, even if it's not just from stagger, just getting some really good knock KOs just off of the map, making that one work. The power plays are really happening here. With a great cyber swipe to grab that first barrier, losing a lot of their health and basically have zero energy in this situation. Get an orb to replenish some of that here. Kotone approaching here with some breakthrough. Got it. Breakthrough for the Asher. Here's going to grab that barrier. We're going to use the triple take to defend once again, but actually going to lose the barrier in return anyway. The Fortress is going to hold the bottom side of this. Kotone using that barrier beam to make a little bit more pressure. Now we got the Path Splitter. And not much more than that. Canadi going to have to spend their flip, but Obscure Bread sends one right back here. Forgot when to approach with that flip, but lose control. And now double flip here for the side of Cosmic Calamities might result in this barrier. Does. Nice. Good job.
Yeah, manages to get, oh my goodness, and the glitch pop once again, sending it right back in, but a good placement in general from Forgot over to Kotone. The tag team energy burst, getting it right where they needed to, giving Calamities the advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Bozo Bunch was looking good for just a moment there. 3-2 was close, but now we're going to have Forgot here with the first chance to grab like a Chrono Boost or a Cast to Last if they want. Yeah, Chrono Boost Kai is just a big freaking menace here, and we have playing to their outs, getting even more damage and knockback to try to get some more KOs. Asher a little bit stronger, a little bit larger there, unstoppable for Rasmus, possibly just to deny the opposing goalie against the Pendulum Swing, which is completely fair. Missile prop, Finny, super not unhappy about that, and Castellas Duba is also relatively solid here with the stun time and the creation duration, so I would say that everyone got a solid awakening this draft.
One thing I was surprised to see go untouched was the Reptile Remedy there, with how many KOs are coming out on, or how many times Calamities are losing their lives for each point. I was very surprised that Kotone didn't opt in for the Reptile Remedy there to maybe also lean into the bulk up or the reverb. We know that Peak Performance has a chance of coming back as well, so it's something to play around, but instead choosing in for the size, and that is a Cyber Swipe that is going to remove Kotone from the map. But we still have both nets open as Killmonk is doing... Yeah, you know what? He's Killmonk now. He's doing a great job holding it down until Kotone comes back, and now we have a chance to... We gotta come back from this power play and see if the barrier beam Asher is enough to push it through.
That it could be, though. Natty on defense for just a moment there, now into the hands of Kotone. Fortress up, but it's going to be a little bit awkward there for Obscure Breads, though they do finally get it out here. I's going to lose their life in the process. Kotone finally finding a kill of a revenge on to the side of Bozo Bunch there. And now we're going to have a extra stun there for the cast to last. Obscure Breads pretty happy about that. Kotone trying to get a little stun there, but actually ends up just winning a strike war simply against Obscure Breads. And Cosmic Calamities is kind of taking this one a little farther than Bozo Bunch kind of wants them to.
Yeah, and some fun interactions because of that Castellas stun is it wasn't used in that exact position, but without the Castellas, Dubu is unable to stun the core and use Fortress on top of it without the opponent reacting to the core, or the core will become unstunned. But with Castellas, that is no longer the case. So it is a guaranteed combo. But as I say that and going off on my little monologue here, it is Katone and Forgot able to tag team, get both barriers extremely quickly. Only a 22-second point there. And now 2-0 lead again.
Yeah, very dominant right now for Cosmic Calamities. If they can even secure this next one here, that's going to be a huge lead, and that would most likely bring us to a game 3 here. Bozo Bunch, of course, has the first game right now, but no barriers going down here. Kotone has a little bit of control onto the top side here. Ion Drop Litter, we're going to try to get into position, and they do nicely, but the big finish is going to make things awkward enough for Natty to get that one out of there. A flip for I gets stuffed by the flip from Forgot, but Forgot kind of loses all of their health in the process there. He's going to have to play a little bit more defensively. Natty is now almost completely alone in this 2v1, going to use that flip to get an extra stun. Yeah, you do stun past the unstoppable. That's just how it works, guys. I'm just going to hold on to this barrier one more time. Finny fighting for their life right now. Holy boy.
Yep, some great strikes. Able to hold it down long enough. As I say that, unable to get that barrier on the last attempt. Everyone is back up on Calamity's side. And as often as I keep saying Calamities is falling to these KOs over and over again, they're the ones in the lead.
Oh, man, this is tight.
Oh,
okay, Obscure Breads, yeah, really great flip there. It's going to be exactly what they need to get on back. Obscure Breads returning to the goal with no energy left. Gonna have to activate those I was gonna say mother. That's because it's mom boots. I was gonna say mother boots, but guys, the mother boots need to be activated 15%. But Calamity's taking that second set here, and it's gonna be kind of a big advantage right now.
Catalyst is here. Ooh, okay. So Quick Strike Catalyst is gonna be going over to Kotone, and unfortunately for Bozo Bunch, this is a really oppressive combo. Now expect just constant core flips over and over again, and with how much damage that they've been taking, that energy meter is going to fill up quite fast.
True. There is kind of a small interesting caveat, is that when you get hit so many times with Catalyst and you just have flip, and then they just want to keep hitting you, right? They just want to keep hitting you because you have flip. You can't gain more energy than infinite energy, so it's like, oh, I guess I'll flip now because I have it and now I'm alive, but then they keep hitting you. It's kind of this weird recycle of just like infinitely hitting the person with Catalyst is the only way to stop Catalyst. But either way, we got one barrier down there for the side of Bozo Bunch. They grab that one. Oh, kill from I there. Really great cyber swipe is going to net them a wonderful power play into position on the top side. Of course, we have Forgot maintaining some of that control, but Obscure Bread is going to try to also block that. Oh, Quick Strikes. Quick Strikes is the way you block that one there for Obscure Bread. He's not going to get past Giant Dubu. Hands of Forgot does get kind of interrupted there from I, but actually keeps a little bit of possession here on the bottom side, and let's see if they can grab this final barrier on the top here.
Yeah, Katana is trying to do his best to get into the fray, start building up that energy meter, and at the same time has to survive from all these hard-hitting moves while near the side of the map. Has been falling off to cyber swipes, to glitch pop KOs, to pendulum swings. A lot of time it isn't a staggered KO, but more of a knockback KO.
Yeah, there's a lot of knockback KOs that are definitely happening here for the... Mostly, I see most of the Bozo Bunch, but man, we can see so many flips. The quick strikes from everyone on the board are really making these flips happen, just left and right. We got more flips still to go right now, as Obscure Breads is going to try their best to defend this final barrier here with the... Firewall Sentry is certainly going to help out. A flip spent to try to defend against Kotone doesn't seem to work out. They have the pass splitter going on in. Yeah, drop Leto with a little bit of control on the bottom side. I now onto the top side, going to try to make it happen, but the Giga Blast is certainly going to negate all of that pressure, but they do eventually get that barrier here. Tough spot here for Obscure Breads, but an I is going to save it. Natty also saving it. That was close.
My. I mean, that made me nervous seeing that, but Natty knows better than I do. Worked out just fine with the ultimate there. And a power play for Calamities this time around as they try to get it in. Barrier Beam unable to connect, and I actually do believe that was a difference of the Castellas there. As Breads was able to clear it out towards the top. Kotone sitting in the Firewall Sentry building up his energy burst as that move has been nerfed quite several times where it doesn't do as much damage now. But we're
Yeah.
back to this this like neutral state as Katana is just trying to dribble around, get into a position where he can either set it over to Killmonk, who has the energy burst. Oh my goodness!
That had to be a card. That had to be a card because I didn't see what it was. So we're gonna go ahead and say that was
I just it was the missile prop misdirection coming in from downtown and sending Breads off the map. Oh my goodness.
That's actually some of the worst feeling is when you're just like, you're playing the game, things are tough, and then just card out of nowhere, and you're just like, bro, there wasn't enough going on in this game. But
and you know,
yeah,
a lot of time these misdirections are just like being sent in the general direction. It's not like,
yeah,
I'm sure if we asked Natty, he might say that, yeah, that was completely intentional. But I know deep down that misdirection was just being shot out for fun and I happened to KO Breads.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, of course they would say something like, well, I was trying for it, and you know, I got it. So what are you gonna do?
Hey, fair enough. But it looks like a little bit of life coming back as a point going over to Bozo Bunch, and they are the one who have the lead in terms of matches. So if it is Calamities who wins this, we are going over to a game 3.
Yeah, worst case scenario, Bozo Bunch does end up playing one more of these games right now, and they still have a lot more of this game to play if they want to bring it back. Of course, only a single point on the board right now, 0 sets, and this is a good start here. They grab both of these barriers onto the top side, and they have a little bit of position. Well, they certainly had position. Now we're going to have a 2v1 here against Obscure Breads for just a moment. Going to defend with that somersault. It's going to work out there. Now a 2v1 onto Natty for another moment there, but it does get kind of nullified for a second there. Obscure Breads has this flip, but not going to spend it just yet as we have Dropletto getting in there. A little help with that log to keep us in possession. With just the best damn redirect ever after that cyber swipe, and glitch pop just for good measure. Stun forgot there. So
yeah,
good.
The cyber swipe redirect, very nice there, catching Natty off guard, and now a lead in this set. If they win this, we are going over to set number 4. But they have one more point to break through. They have a little bit of leeway there. They can lose one, but definitely don't want to. And it seems like possession-wise, things are going better now. Something's clicked, and the core seems to be working more. And once again, as I bring that up, it is Obscure Breads getting deleted off the map by Katone. A little bit of, I mean, it was the full combo. He went for the dash punch there with the energy burst on Asher, able to remove him completely. But surprisingly enough, it was Bozo Bunch holding it down. Barrier is still lasting just fine.
Yeah, Dropletto and I, great team there to defend the barrier. 2v3 on that side. Obscure Breads finally comes back here to defend the barrier, letting up Dropletto trying to make their way over to this barrier here. The triple take is going to end up working out there for Natty. It was a little awkward for a moment there. Going to get some particle acceleration here for Dubu's Tofu Fortress, and my god, Dubu ends up winning out in that situation against the big finish as well, which is a rare situation. Usually you see Dubu
usually the Dubu loses. Yeah.
It usually they save Dubu right after that, but Dropletto getting that death's touch perfectly to make that power play happen, but now Obscure Bridge just has to survive Forgot's flip here if they can get into position. Also kind of losing their life here now. Forgot does have their situation, but man, a flip stun from I is going to nullify that pressure as well. That was kind of insane.
Yeah, I really like what they did there. It is the energy burst to stun and make it so that Forgot isn't able to walk up and make a play on net. But it was long enough to at least allow Katone to come back. And now they have an open net to score on. But as I say that, Dropletto, pendulum swing coming in. Bozo Bunch, power play opportunity. Big finish is already gone here. Triple take comes down. All the abilities from Natty are no longer available to him. So it is just a matter of time if they keep up this pressure that it'll go in. But a good defense. Oh my goodness, what a giga and what a reaction from Breads.
That was almost insane angle there from the Death Touch and Dropletto, but he's going to get a pendulum swing kill into the flip score. Okay, Dropletto kind of went a little ballistic right there. That was some good play. It stacks up his prize fighter to 3, helping to actually kill not Obscure Breads there, Natty with that pendulum swing, the extra power, making it happen. And Dropletto, wow, freaking keeps Bozo Bunch alive for the moment.
So some things to consider here is that Breads has Orb Ponder, so Orb Dancer most likely will get denied before it makes it over to him. Maybe not, but no, it does look like Forgot is hovering over it. Rapid Fire going over to I, who has a phenomenal build here on the IME. The Deadeye, the 1-2 punch, and now with the Rapid Fire, it's going to be outputting a lot of damage. Overall, it's a pretty good build on nearly everyone. I would say Katone probably got the least out of it. The ad rush doesn't do as much, hasn't been getting too many kills. The occasional one has been happening, and the 1 second off isn't as big of a deal as Asher does have a little bit longer cooldowns than most.
Yeah, still solid drafting here. Dropletto did manage to get possibly the greatest awakening he could ever get here, Rampage. It's all up to the enemy team to see if they can end any of those stacks that show up here. Skewerbread's going to keep both 0. Okay, one of these barriers at least, holding on to that one here. I has Flip, striking the ball a whole lot with his quick strike, going to maintain, actually grab their Flip before anybody else here. The big finish is going to end up resulting in a barrier with the help of Kotone's barrier beam. I now has a little bit of possession on the top side here. Dropletto also into position, but going to get nullified there a little bit by Forgot's Flip. Kotone now approaching with their own Flip, but Skewerbread's going to nicely strike that one away. Now it's going to be a tough spot, and, except for the Tofu Fortress, which almost saved Dubu once again. Nice flip there from I. Good reactions of Skewerbread here to defend once more. The big finish does not seem to find its mark here. Dropletto sending all of the moves onto Natty here, getting that flip, and now it's tough. It was tough.
I mean, it's really hard there with the corners moving that fast. You have 1-2 punch from I, and which is being applied onto the core itself thanks to an easy quick strikes. And when you have that quick redirect in overtime, it is just really hard to react to where the core is going to go.
Yeah, especially with Finny too. I mean, the primary really does have a cast time, and the secondary has a really long cast time, actually, if you're trying to really find out where the ball is going. But, geez, we actually have Cosmic Calamities take both those berries instantly, and yeah, Dubu kind of buries themselves with that Tofu Fortress. Kotone in position to just grab that one with the help of Forgot. And, okay, so 1-1 right now. Cosmic Calamities trying to make this match point, bring this to a game 3. Bozo Bunch, well, they both these teams need this game kind of a lot, so God, a lot is on the line, guys. This is big.
Yeah, and to reiterate what the stakes are here, both teams need this to win, or both teams need to win here in order to move on to playoffs, but Bozo Bunch have a caveat where they also need EKC to win. No, they need Bang Bang to win, sorry.
Yeah, Bang, yeah.
But if Calamities win, they are safe, secured into playoffs.
Yeah, so it's just a lot to play here. I mean, every team wants to make it into the playoffs. And, you know, whoever wants it more might take it here. We're going to have a Kotone probably get this flip here. Yep, using that flip to grab the barrier is totally fine. I just about no health right now. Going to try to play a little bit more defensively. Kotone kind of a monster right now, but we're going to have the misdirection, yeah. And it's going to take Ion off the map here. Not too much control here with just Dropletto and a Skewerbreads, but we do have the Tofu Fortress up. We'll stall for a couple seconds. No problem there. We do have the power play over. I gets on in there, tries to grab a kill with that 1-2 punch. Doesn't seem to make it happen there, though. Using the 1-2 punch in overtime is going to be really great, though, for I to maintain some of that core control and get the ball up to Dropletto, though.
Yeah, you can see the red core coming out just from strikes alone. And it is really powerful. Oh, almost gets it over there with the breakthrough into who didn't have barrier beam up, but I think that might have taken Breads out. So far, so good. They do have one barrier up on Calamity's side, but we are in overtime. The core is moving pretty fast. One energy burst being dropped out. Kotone trying to get his own. Is able to get it, but now has to get into position to use it. And I mean, the core is moving everywhere and anywhere, so but who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, tough spot here. No team players to be found. Only 1-2 punch on I. And people just using abilities left and right here. Natty's got enough speed to defend this barrier most of the time. If Skewerbread doesn't have anything left but a flip and a dream here. Natty's going to have to spend their flip there. Okay, we're going to be answered by Skewerbread's flip as well. Dropletto has their own once they get an approach here with I. In fact, both flips active for the forwards of Bozo Bunch. And can they seem to maintain any kind of control? Get this core out of here onto the opposing side. Natty easily defending it away. Okay, we're going to have I use their flip just to deal damage to Kotone, get them out of the way, but not too much more than that. Finally, some offensive pressure here. Okay, we'll just assume that flip kind of got the barrier in that spot there. Trying to kill Kotone, trying to get the ball, but it doesn't seem to work out there. Kotone once again with a little bit of ball control, and the log doesn't do it, and we have Calamities now looking at match point.
Yeah, the secondary there, and then a good, I like the way Kotone walked up but still struck it onto that bottom corner, able to catch Breads off guard, and this is a match point here for Calamities. If they get this, we are going over to a game 3, and Bozo really wants to not go to a game 3 if possible. So looking at it, is one barrier dropped already, energy burst being traded out, and at least it's not an overtime yet, so the core is a little bit more manageable. Firewall Sentry drops, but a slam from Dubu sends Forgot off the map. Pendulum Swing follows it up for another, and now we're in a 3v1 power play. as Brez is walking up to ensure that no ball gets gets through, and we can keep the onslaught on long enough. Forgot back up, and then so is Katone. An energy burst from I manages to finish this point, and we could be going over to a set 5.
Yes, we could be one more point away from this set 5. I really like the usage of flip there from I. They might have been able to get that one in there without it, but you know, the power play was just about to be over there, so totally acceptable to use the flip. And they're going to grab the first barrier here with that glitch pop. Tofu Fortress going to block the bottom side here, as Obscure Bez is going to block the top side with their own body, and a couple of strikes. Uses the speed to help it on through, but no one's really down there to help them out. Big finish going to get kind of hit there by the Firewall Sentry. Drop Little going to try to make a play onto the bottom side, but there's just too many Cosmic Calamities. But a Calamity is going to occur here, as Forgot is going to be the one to go down right now. A power play here for Bozo Bunch could result in this next set that they're looking for.
They aren't, even with the 3v2, unable to get the core moving forward. Killmonk coming right back here. Pops the Kai's secondary and is just blazing as he gets the core forward, but no barriers dropped yet. Katone looking really low, and this is a situation that you mentioned where you build up that energy burst, but you can't use any evade anymore, so you end up taking a lot of damage as you're just stuck with maximum energy, just waiting for an opportunity to use it.
Yeah, I mean, Katone is just getting hit left and right, finally ends up using the flip, and now they have 0 energy, so they are a kill target even once more if they want to set their sights there, which they kind of do. So you can see them spending some abilities to get the kill, and yeah, even if Scoobred's running on up there, yeah, using the somersault, which has a ton of player knockback to end up getting that kill. And now, once again, we have a power play here for Bozo Bunch in overtime, but it's like Forgot and Natty are doing too good of a job, but as I say it, perfect pendulum swing here from Big Dropoletto, 6 stacks of Rampage, 3 stacks of Prize Fighter. The unstoppability of this Rasmus is going to make it so they keep themselves alive in this set, and this could be what they need.
Yeah, going over to the final set here, taking a look at what we have. There's the peak performance that was in the beginning of the draft. Welcome back.
Out?
I think.
I wish I knew it was out.
I don't know. I don't know what's gone. Yeah. But explosive entrance picked up for I. This is a build. This is death. Bring upon ye, I me here. Explosive entrance, dead eye, 1-2 punch, rapid fire. There's gonna be a lot of KOs coming out. Everything else looks pretty solid. Obscure Bread's picking up the peak performance. Dropoletto has some more stagger and also getting a little bit more damage there thanks to the bulk up. Everything on the side of Calamities is all right. It's nothing horrible. Aerials on Kai, heavy impact on Asher, and then Natty with the Monu. So they're not bad pickups, but it is definitely Bozo Bunch who got the better of it, and they are running with this point.
Yeah, Dropoletto, a fantastic job of dribbling there and winning those situations. I think with Monumentalist here on Natty, it's going to incentivize them to kind of run up a little farther than normal and try to get that Monumentalist big finish on those barriers to really help out here. That's kind of some of the best things you could ever even do with Monumentalist Finny big finish. But yeah, a lot of pressure coming out from Bozo Bunch is going to make it so Natty does not get to move up in any situation. Dropoletto getting a bunch of stacks here for the Rampage as well. I just doing a great job of keeping control and keeping the pressure. The health of Cosmic Calamities is also falling. As you said, mentioned before, I kind of has death build and core control ability with that quick strike. And yeah, that combination of just damage and pressure is just maybe a little bit too much for Cosmic Calamities now. And this is it. This is the big one.
Yeah. So remember, if Bozo wins this here, they are not guaranteed. They're not guaranteed playoffs yet, but they are trying for that opportunity as much as possible here. We see the big finish coming out a little bit closer towards their side. It's been using mostly on defense, but like you said, the big finish is so strong when it comes to taking barriers if you're able to place it on top. But right now, they're just trying their hardest to keep the core forward. Forgot doing a great job of dribbling it, getting it up, gets that second barrier here. Dropoletto looking really low as well. Might get taken off here. Barrage comes out, isn't able to find it. Dropoletto gets sent into the health pack, so just manages to heal up a bit, and in a second or two will be completely fine. Ooh, the unstoppable. Yeah, keeping them together there.
That's really funny. The last literal second of that regeneration, the Unstoppable comes up and really helps out here. Big Finish is going to send it pretty far, pretty fast, but it's not going to get past Obscure Bridge just yet. Dropletto looking really low, but the barrage isn't enough to take him out right now, and it's just going to be a bunch of abilities being spent just to no avail at this exact moment here. We can see they're just using abilities left and right onto Dropletto, but Katoni does finally get a combo there to take them off. We're going to have a flip here from Obscure Bridge. The Big Finish going to make things a little awkward here, but lots of speed here from Forgot with that Orb Dancers making things so hard for Obscure Breads, but the quick strikes from both players is actually keeping Obscure Breads in this mix right here. I is also going to try to help here, push from the top side. They're going to bring it to the bottom side though. Obscure Breads, Tofu Fortress to help Dropletto grab that ball, but doesn't seem to work out. Big Finish blocking the entire top lane, and it's just kind of a slow burn from here. Kotoni just tries to get a stun, but it doesn't seem to work out.
Yeah, drops the Firewall Sentry there from I, trying to just clear it out as much as possible. Energy Burst being traded left and right. But that is the second Energy Burst of Forgot in the last 20 seconds that manages to secure it. So, going over, there's still fight left coming out of Calamities as we have one burst available on Natty. We want to use that Big Finish as much as possible. Oh my goodness. I starting off strong, coming in with that Cyber Swipe enhanced by Deadeye, enhanced by... I lost train of thought because that McDouble coming through and power play available for the Fortress standing behind them, giving them hope, giving them strength. They are storming the keep right now, and this is looking like a Bozo sweep. Calamity fighting their hearts out, and Natty just doing his best to live. Envy, this is looking tough.
Yeah, the Big Finish has no one to control it right now, and man, it's gonna be the flip and another kill, and man, Forgot is staggered, and there's just nobody left to defend anything, and Bozo Bunch does end up winning it here with their last hopes being Bang Bang as victory to try to get them into playoffs. And Cosmic Calamities could be in shambles at this point.
Yeah, and now all Bozo can do is pray on the result of the next game. It is out of their control on if they make it. They did what they needed to do to secure their spot in playoffs. And now the rest is up to Bang Bang versus EKC.
Oh, I'm like wincing a little bit at these damage numbers. God.
Oh my goodness.
The death build with 60,000 damage, as you said, but Dropletto on Rasmus doing almost as much as death build Aimee. Like, what the heck happened?
Yeah, and honestly, I'm very surprised because I don't remember the awakenings from Dropletto being very damage focused.
He had Prize Fighter, he had Rampage, that's all I remember. Did he have Might? I feel like I didn't see. I feel like we would have said, whoa, Might and Rampage. That's a crazy combo. I feel like I would have said that.
I don't think so. So it was mostly just size on him. And it makes sense why he's getting so many KOs, but that damage from Rasmus is definitely extremely high.
Really? I mean, look at their KOs, too. 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 KOs here. I mean, that is a lot of downtime if you are the enemy team with only 8 kills, less than half. If you could try to get some of that downtime, some of those power plays for yourself, not going to really happen there. But yeah, Bozo Bunch honestly just kind of played quite good and did what they needed to do, securing their spot in the hopeful ring of maybe this could happen.